When the weather outside is frightful and the fire is so delightful, that's probably a pretty good time to put your feet up and start thinking about what you might want to plant around your farm or ranch this spring as far as trees, shrubs, and wildflowers. I'm Kurt Arns with Nebraska Farmer and Farm Progress, and going native with plantings of trees, shrubs, and wildflowers around your farm, that's our topic on this episode of Farmstead Forest. A little snow usually doesn't stop me from looking through tree nursery books to think about what I might want to plant around the farmstead in the coming spring. I used to love snow, but these days with livestock and chores, not so much anymore. When I was a kid, we had a farm that we rented, and it had about 4 acres of virgin prairie, mixed grass prairie. We hayed it a couple times a year, and my mother loved to pick wildflowers from that prairie. The prairie was really neat. It had wagon ruts from an old wagon grain trail, and I always knew it when I hit it with a swather. You would bump through the ruts. But most of all, that prairie had a lot of wildflowers: prairie coneflower, black-eyed Susans, snow on the mountain, wild roses, and others that my mother loved to pick and bring home to adorn our kitchen dinner table. That was kind of the influence that I've had in planting some of these native wildflowers, trees, and shrubs around our own farm here. The thing about natives is that they are true survivors. I mean, you don't have to be a native purist as far as your planting of species, but anything that is zoned for your own region will be a true survivor. They can handle more of the harsh climate, the extremes that we are noted to have in this part of the country. So that's really a good thing when you are considering plantings around your farmstead. One of my good friends, Justin Evertson, who is the Green Infrastructure Coordinator with Nebraska Statewide Arboretum, he's kind of taken this to the next level and has even, planted a lot of native trees and shrubs, flowers and grasses around his home. And I've taken that inspiration and used it around our own place. One of my favorites is black-eyed Susans. This summer, they just grew and bloomed all summer long and were just gorgeous. Last summer, it was more of prairie coneflowers around our place that really did extremely well. There was something about 2 different types of summers that made them bloom profusely, but they really added color to a lot of the native trees that we have growing around here. So I would just encourage you, when you're looking through that tree nursery guidebook or scanning online looking for something to plant next spring around your place, please be sure to look at things that are more native to your region, because I think they are low maintenance and they are true survivors and won't need quite as much TLC to be successful on your farm. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Farmstead Forest. For all the latest farm news, be sure to check out nebraskafarmer.com and farmprogress.com. And until next time, we hope all is well in your neck of the woods.